GETTYBristol City 2 men UTD 1. Smith strikes late on to secure shot. Robins winThe midfielder had only scored 4 times for the Robins, but his 5th will go down in club folklore. Smith popped up in added time to knock holders Manchester United out of the Carabao Cup. His last gasp goal put Bristol City into their first semi-final in the competition since 1989, and no one could argue they did not deserve it. They showed why they are third in the championship and have lost only 3 times in 27 games in all competitions this season, on their most famous night since Brian Tinian scored the winner in an FA Cup tie at Anfield in 1994, a game that cost then Liverpool manager Graham Souness his job. This was no one-off. United were City's 4th Premier League scalp in the competition this season after beating Watford, Stoke and Crystal Palace on their way to the last 8, but this game will live long in the memory for City's fans, and will haunt Jose Mourinho. He has been here before when Bradford City knocked his Chelsea team out of the FA Cup. City will face Manchester City in the last 4, and if they can reproduce the quality and intensity they showed against United, they will have a genuine chance of reaching Wembley. Joe Bryan had given them deserved lead with a stunning shot after 51 minutes, only for Zlatan Ibrahimovic to cut short the celebrations 6 minutes later with his first goal since returning from ruptured knee ligaments, but John Ann's team refused to buckle. Just when the game looked like it was heading into extra time, Matt Taylor chipped the ball over United's defense for Smith to control on his chest before beating Sergio Romero with a close-range shot. If Smith was the match winner, former United youngster Luke Steele was also a hero with a string of saves, especially 2 late on from Romelu Lukaku, who had been thrown on in a bid to spare United's blushes. But, in truth, every City player was a hero. Mourinho had said that championship teams these days are so much better than they were 5, 10 or 15 years ago. They ran hard, passed well, were always a threat going forward, and never lost belief even after United gained some control after equalizing. Ashton Gate erupted, and at the final whistle there was a mass pitch invasion which could cause City some trouble with the FA, but nothing could spoil one of the most famous nights in their history. The day had started badly for winThe when their flight was diverted from Bristol to Cardiff because of fog. It added to an hour to their journey to Ashton Gate, and the night only got worse for them. Time and again they caught their Premier League opponents in possession or forced them into a mistake, and it proved to be an uncomfortable night. First period for Mourinho, who made 10 changes from the weekend win at West Brom. Pogba looked rusty after returning from his 3-game ban, and so did Ibrahimovic, making his first start since rupturing knee ligaments in April. It was Pogba's foul on Jamie Patterson, after he had been robbed by his opponent, that gave City an early free kick that former United youngster Josh Brownhill sent dipping over the wall, forcing Sergio Romero to punch it over the bar. Zlatan Ibrahimovic equalized for United in his first start this season. Later in the half, Romero had to push round a fierce drive from Hordor Magnusson, while a superbly timed tackle by Daley Blind stopped Corey Smith when he looked certain to score after Bobby Reed's clever flick had put him clear. But largely against the run of play, United twice hit the woodwork. Anthony Martial crossed to the far post where Ibrahimovic's close-range effort deflected off Nathan Baker and onto the top of the bar. The second occasion came when Marcus Rashford spun onto Scott McTominay's pass and saw his 25-yard shot beat Luke Steele but strike the inside of a post and bounce across the face of the goal. But City went in at the break deservedly level, and with the feeling that an upset was on the cards if they could maintain their effort and tempo. winThe needed to show greater urgency after the break, and they made a promising start when Pogba won a free kick in a dangerous area and Steele had to move smartly to push round Rashford's deflected free kick. But they were stunned when City took the lead with a superb goal after 51 minutes. Reed sent the overlapping Bryan away down the left, and from the edge of the penalty area the overlapping left-back hit an unstoppable shot past Romero and into the far corner of the net. Ashton Gate erupted, sensing a major upset, but their celebrations lasted only 6 minutes, thanks to that man Ibrahimovic. The Swedish veteran had endured a typically frustrating night, but there was nothing wrong with his 25-yard free kick that arrowed past the wall and into the far corner of the net, although question marks were raised over whether Steele should have kept the ball out. Steele redeemed himself with 2 superb saves from Lukaku before Smith had the final say.